Hi, everyone. Welcome to FREEWrite Friday. My name is Jessica Lynn Johnson, and I am the founder and CEO of Soaring Solo Studios. So welcome to FREEWrite Friday. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Soaring Solo yet, we are a company that develops and directs solo shows all over the world. I've been in this field for about 20 years as a solo performer myself, as well as a coach, director, developer, dramaturg, all those good things. So it's definitely my passion. And I am also on the advisory board with the Los Angeles Women's Theater Festival. And I write a blog for NoHo Arts called Soaring Solo. So if you ever go to the NoHo Arts website, you can find my blog on there with lots of tips and techniques for solo artists. So that's a little bit about me. I'd love to know about you. Please say hi in the chat. Please say where you're tuning in from, where you're at in your solo theater journey, if you'd like. We are definitely all about community and Soaring Solo, so I'd love to know those things. And the mission of FREEWrite Friday is really just to gather us together and accomplish some work on your solo scripts, just to make a little bit of progress, one piece at a time. If you've been with me before, you know that I talk about the Mosaic methodology, where we're just creating one piece at a time. And from that, we're building our solo theater art. So that is the goal of this, is to just walk away each time with hopefully something that you can use and a more informed experience of writing. And the next FREEWrite Friday, if you enjoy today and want to come back, is Friday, August 5th at 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. So again, that's Friday, August 5th, 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. So you can sign up for that the same way you did today through the website. And what else can I tell you? The format of this is I just kind of go through a talking point. You write for a few minutes, and then we go through some announcements of things happening in the community, and that's really it. There's not Q&A or sharing of work in this setting, although my free class tomorrow, my Saturday class, is where we have Q&A. It is where we can share work that you've written, so that would be the setting for that. But this is really just to write and hop off. Okay, so on with FREEWrite Friday. So today I want to talk about the perfectly imperfect protagonist, the perfectly imperfect protagonist. So for those of you who are in my class, it was a couple of months ago, I talked about our flaws and our fabulousness in a solo show. So this is along the same lines, the perfectly imperfect protagonist. And essentially, I want you to think about, if you have seen solo shows, when you've seen a show where the protagonist of the show is so self-deprecating and so the glass is half empty and pessimistic and complaining and like all of that, the majority of the show, it's very draining. It's very, very draining as an audience member when someone is being so negative and self-deprecating the whole time. You almost take on the role of a caretaker rather than an audience member, and it can be deeply uncomfortable. So there's one extreme. Then there's the other extreme that you've probably seen as well, where I'm only presenting my very best self. I'm putting my best foot forward. I'm not really getting very vulnerable with you. I'm keeping my walls up. I'm showing you my skill sets and all my talents, and I'm telling you all my achievements. And that's all we really see of that performer. So we have the arrogance, and then we have the self-deprecation. And those are, two extremes. So I think that the best solo theater lies somewhere in between, where we are brave enough to expose our flaws, to grapple with our flaws, to talk about those things, and to celebrate our strengths, to bring those forward. Now, if you're doing a historic solo show or a fantasy or fictional solo show, and this still remains true, whether you're doing autobiographical or not, you still want to make sure that the hero or heroine of the journey is relatable and human, in the sense that they have imperfections and perfections, flaws and strengths. So with that in mind, I'm just going to give you 8 minutes today, and I want you to write very freely. Remember, this is just a messy first draft, and you're not showing it to anybody today unless you choose to show them after this experience. So be very uncensored. And I want you to just write about the protagonist in your show, if that's yourself or some other character. what are their flaws, what are their weaknesses, what are their imperfections, and what are their strengths, what's fabulous about them, what makes them amazing. And again, if it's for you, that might be really challenging, but I invite you to step into that. And again, you're not showing this to anybody unless you choose to. So be very uncensored. And whatever comes up for you with this, it might be poetry, it might be a first person monologue. Just write about flaws as well as perfections and strengths. Okay, I'm setting the timer for 8 minutes and I will let you know when it's up. About 4.5 minutes left, 4.5 minutes. And just a little over a minute left. Okay, please go ahead and wrap up your writing. And hopefully you discovered some interesting things by looking at flaws and by looking at strengths and just being with both of those things. And again, I cannot stress enough how important it is to have both of those things in balance in your solo show, not only for your own transformation and exploration during this journey, but also for your audience. I think likability, relatability, and vulnerability are major, major contributors to whether an audience will go on the solo journey with you. And that does require us to show the complexities of us as humans, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, so you'll see in the chats, I put various announcements. We have a lot going on in our community as we normally do, starting with tomorrow. My free class, The Art of Creating the One-Person Play. It's a 90-minute class. It's on Zoom and it's totally free. I've been teaching it for over a decade at this point. So yeah, that's Saturday, July 16th, 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Just go to soaringsolostudios.com under free stuff and sign up there. And you can bring prepared work if you'd like to share that in front of the group. And if I'm able to see everybody, I will. And then we also do a writing prompt at the beginning of class, and you can share that or not. It's all up to you. And then what else can I tell you? So Stake in the Ground, I launched the Revealed virtual reading series back in the fall of 2021. And it's been doing so well. So it's just kind of being extended indefinitely because it's turning out that it's such an important part of the process for solo shows. So what Revealed is I or Heather Dowling, who is another Soaring Solo instructor, we MC and host a virtual reading of brand new solo show scripts in front of a virtual audience. And we get feedback on that script. And it's just such a great way to test new material and kind of put your toe in the water of solo theater before you commit to all the bells and whistles of a fully mounted production. So Revealed is a really wonderful way to get involved in the community, put a stake in the ground for yourself creatively, and get some very, very valuable feedback on your work. So if you're interested in being a part of that, email me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com. And we have Mary Gillerman is performing tomorrow. She's sharing her Revealed episode on Zoom. It's called Change Within, Change the World. So if you kind of want to see what Revealed is all about, join us tomorrow. It's donation based. So you can give $1, you can give $10, $20, whatever you want. And just come to the event and take in the script and give your feedback. We would love it. And it's a great way to meet other people in the community as well. And as I said at the beginning, the next FREEWrite Friday is happening Friday, August 5th, 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Just sign up the same way you did last time. And you can catch any of the FREEWrite Friday webisodes that you may have missed on my YouTube channel. As soon as I'm done with this one today, I'm going to put it on YouTube as well. So just look up Soaring Solo LLC on YouTube and subscribe, and you can see well over 100 videos of free content. Also, Snacks, which is an open mic for solo artists. So it's an open mic just for solo artists. I'm mounting that again on August 19th at 7:30 p.m. at the Whitefire Theater. So buy your ticket. It's just $15. You can throw your name in the bucket and see if you get selected to share a short excerpt of solo theater, and you can read it, or you can have it memorized. It's whatever you want, but it's an open mic. And it's going to be a great way to mingle with people in the community. It is here in Los Angeles at the Whitefire Theater, and test new material and be creative and socialize and all those good things. So I hope to see you at Snacks on Friday, August 19th at 7:30 Pacific. The STARS series, so the Soaring Solo STARS series is happening October through December of 2022. And it is a series of sensational solo shows. And it is featuring just rock stars in our community who are either mounting their solo shows for the very first time or dusting off older solo shows that they want to get on stage again. It's just going to be a huge celebration of solo theater from October to December. It's going to be at the Hudson Theater as well as at the Zephyr Theater. It's spreading over 2 different locations in Hollywood. So if you're thinking you might want to mount your show again or for the first time, this would be a great way to do that. So you can email me, soaringsoloartist@gmail.com. We can talk particulars. There are very limited spots. So if you're interested, please let me know ASAP as I'm curating daily right now for that festival. Also, Asexuality, the Musical by Becca McGlynn, which I'm very proud to produce, and Heather was proud to direct and develop, won Top of Fringe at the Hollywood Fringe Festival, as well as Best Fringe First. So those are 2 of the highest honors out of hundreds of shows. We are so proud of Becca, and she won an Encore Producer Award as well. So you can see Becca in Asexuality, the Musical on July 23rd, as well as July 24th at 7 p.m. on the 24th, 8 p.m. on the 23rd. I don't know if she's streaming the encore or not. She was she was streaming the run during the Hollywood Fringe, but I don't know if encores are streamed. So we'll have to see about that. But she might be willing to sell you a ticket and send you the recording of the previous show if you cannot be here in person and you do not want to miss Asexuality, the Musical. It is absolutely incredible, which is why Becca did so well. And I guess the last thing I'll leave you with is if you did want to work with me in a more professional capacity, or Heather, my other Soaring Solo instructor, just email me and we can talk about it. I do one-on-one coaching. I have small group sessions, which are kind of like a writer's room for solo artists, and power pair sessions where you're paired with another artist and either myself or Heather leading those. So we have lots of ways to get involved, or you could just always come to my free events and not worry about any of that. It's good, whatever serves you. So that's it for today. I hope you all had a great time. I'm going to hop off, but I will leave the chat up for a little while so you can say hi to one another and jot down announcements and things like that. All right. Have a great Friday.